Hey guys, DVY here, and today I'm going to be continuing with what if Gine was still alive today? And I don't mean she, like the other one, where she escapes Planet Vegeta with Kakarot and raises him in What If Gine Survived? No, I mean, what if she was still alive today? What if she went a different direction, lived her own life, but managed to survive all the way up to where the Dragon Ball Super anime ended, at least where it's ended so far. And well, this is part 2 of that discussion. Alright, so after Gine and her 2 children, survivors from the planet Meat, V1 and V2, were eating up in a tavern somewhere and happened to witness 2 of the machine warriors from the Tournament of Power who happened to have recorded the action during the Tournament of Power. Gine finally got confirmation that at least one of her sons are alive. Talking about Kakarot. And of course, that he battled side by side with Prince Vegeta and Lord Frieza of all people towards the end there. Either way, Gine was surprised, and needless to say, is on her ship right now, speeding away towards planet Earth. Excited that she's finally going to see her real son. As for V1 and V2, they've got sort of mixed feelings.
V2, what if Mommy Saiyan likes Brother Saiyan better?
Yes, they have a very funny way of talking. Of course, they're a non-canon race from the original Bardock TV special, but we have brought them back in this story. And kept them from extinction. Alright. But overly, they were excited to see what was what, and, well, you can imagine that Gine would have all sorts of questions. And so, she is speeding away. Now, meanwhile, Goku and Vegeta are sparring with each other pretty much at the same location where they're sparring at the beginning of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, but we're not quite at the beginning of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie yet. Maybe a week or 2. Just to be clear. So yes, Beerus and Whis are there, stuffing their faces, Beerus taking a nap. Needless to say, the training of the 2 Saiyans is going particularly well. Yes, the training went particularly well, just like it did pretty much all the time, so not really any new information there. However, suddenly, Kakarot drops down his guard. He senses a reasonably high power level suddenly hit the area. And when I say hit the area, well, Gine's ship has just entered orbit. Kakarot has put his guard down, because not only is he sensing a strong power level, but it's, in a way, familiar to him as well. I guess you could say a little Raditzy? Pun intended. Anyways, his guard was down, Vegeta got a good shot in.
Vegeta, why'd you do that? Didn't you see my guard was down?
There's no time out on the battlefield, Kakarot. My voices are a little off today. Sorry, guys. And, so anyway, back to the story. And, well, Gine's scouters were going off the, charts as she entered the atmosphere, but their scouters had pretty much blown up. They can't. The kind of power that Vegeta and Goku lay off, of course, is too much for the scouters to handle. But Gine knows the direction where the power source was coming from, so after her and her two surrogate children, V1 and V2, leave the ship, they're heading basically straight for Goku and Beerus's location, and this is where Vegeta senses the power levels as well. Decently strong, nowhere near to their level, but it's kind of something like Vegeta is thinking could be Frieza Force members. Of course, we all know it's not, and as finally the figures flying towards them get closer and closer. Kakarot! That's a Saiyan! Kakarot is standing there completely silent. And then Gine is right in front of her son, looking him up and down. You look just like your father, Kakarot. What? How do you know my father? Well, that's because I'm your mother. My name is Gine. Don't you remember me? And, well, Kakarot basically just admits, yeah, I kind of hit my head a long time ago. And, Gine's sort of disappointed about this. I mean, she came all this way to find out that her son has no memory of her. You could imagine that would upset any parent. But Goku just casually places his hands on her shoulder and embraces her in a hug. If you are who you say you are, then I look forward to getting to know you. This makes Gine happy, almost to the point that she wants to cry in his arms, but basically she's able to maintain her composure. And Vegeta is sort of evil eyeing V1 and V2. And who exactly are these two? And they sort of back away scared in a comedic fashion. I'm V1, I'm V2. And yes, Kakarot, meet your adopted brothers. I did have a brother once. Referring to rabbits. It'll be nice to meet ones that don't want to kill me. And this shocks Gine, and well, needless to say, it is a long talk of catch-up between the two Saiyans. Gine is a little heartbroken to find out that her oldest son, Raditz, was killed, understands, okay, yes, he was kind of doing bad things and had to be stopped. However, Gine is quite happy that not only is her son alive, she has grandchildren. Gohan, Goten, possibly even, and of course, a little surprise that Kakarot hasn't warned her about yet. And well, needless to say, Bulma organizes for Chi-Chi, Gohan, basically the rest of the Son family, to be flown out to meet the mother of Goku. And well, Kakarot can tell that his mother is quite strong, and of course, as Kakarot does, insists that he has a sparring match with his mother. And Gine accepts this, but she is more than aware of the power her son is capable of because she saw those recordings.
Don't hold back on me, son. I wouldn't expect the man who defeated Frieza to go easy.
Yeah, he defeated Frieza, and then he brought the bastard back.
Oh, Vegeta, how much longer are you gonna hold that over me?
As long as I have to. And Gine is just taken back and shocked. You brought that monster back? Can't help but agreeing with Vegeta here. And well, she's hoping she at least gets one hit on her son for doing such a dim-witted deal. Anyways, the battle is quite interesting. Kakarot, of course, is staying in his base form, at least for about half this fight, until, as it turns out, Gine's fighting style and how she fights is very different to what Goku is used to. After all, Gine's been around galaxies catching all sorts of different bad guys for the Galactic Patrol, getting paid for it, so she's had to learn various different ways of fighting in order to catch some of these guys, especially for at the time when she was weaker than most of them. So, surprisingly, she had quite a few moves that would catch Kakarot off. I keep saying Kakarot when I mean Goku. That would catch Goku off guard, and well, Goku actually decided to ramp things up a little bit by displaying for Gine his Super Saiyan powers. Super Saiyan 1 at this point, and Gine is quite curious how to achieve such a form. After all, as far as she knew, this form only existed in fairy tales and legends. That someone could just achieve it. Now, Gine's power level, she is strong enough to pull off the transformation. It's just nothing's happened to make her hit it. And well, she continues to battle with her son, but Goku is now catching on with how her moves work. As we know, Super Saiyan basically heightens everything. And, well, Gine is quickly heading into the losing side of this sparring match. And, well, it's actually Vegeta who stops Kakarot for taking it too far and, blasting his mother away, getting too wrapped up in this battle. Your mother came all this way to see you. You don't want to blast her away, do you? And so, essentially with that, the fighting is called off. Kind of a shame, because Gine's Saiyan instincts were really taking over and she was really starting to get into the fight herself. But yeah, there'll be plenty of time for sparring matches later. For now, the rest of the family had arrived. And, well, Gine is introduced to Gohan, and little Goten, just like Goku, seems to be quite the spitting image of Bardock. Kakarot, Goten looks just like you did when you were born. Hey, I wonder, I'm like 13 years old and I haven't had my growth spurt yet. Well, Saiyans tend to stay tiny for the longest time until suddenly they grow up. And well, as she's talking with Gohan and Fidel, she is finally introduced to her great-granddaughter, Little Pan. And just a nice touching moment of Gine holding Pan. She's never been this happy in her lifetime. And of course, she's being invited to stay. Now, Beerus is not quite too happy that Gine has somehow hugged all the attention here. Alright, we get it. Now, how about a feast in my honor before I get bored and blow up the planet? And Gine just puts out, what's with the angry cat? And everyone's like, don't say anything that disrespectful. And Mom, this is Lord Beerus, the god of destruction. The destroyer, the destroyer god. This is Beerus the Destroyer. And, well, yes, even Gine have heard some stories of Beerus the Destroyer, and, she immediately puts her hands together, bows down, and apologizes that she meant no disrespect. Lucky for you, I'm in a gracious mood. And, well, essentially, with Gine and V1 and V2 being allowed to stay on Earth, well, let's just say things in Part 3 may get pretty interesting, because this is where we're going to leave things for right now. So what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this part of the story? Yeah, I admit my voices are a little off and I'm forced to use the audio recording program to do my recording today. Yeah. But hopefully this story still caught your imaginations a bit, and hopefully I'll be back again next time for an exciting Part 3 as we get into the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. In fact, this may be the first What If to cover the Dragon Ball superhero movie, now that it's been a good few months and I've given people enough time to see the film. We can now do some what ifs that cover that part of the story, I guess. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be back again next time.